Robbie, here's the thing. I know that we just took Jeffrey Dean Morgan off. I understand that, and that's a drag because he's not here often. We're psyched to have him in San Francisco helping us close out the year in epic style.
Absolutely.
That's so great. But because he came off stage, that means one thing and one thing only, that there's more to come. Robbie, I turn it over to you, my friend.
All right, here we go. We're gonna let Jensen and Jared know what San Francisco sounds like. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she loves anything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves to love and things. All night, oh, every night. Are you ready? So hold tight, oh, baby, hold tight. Yes, it's any way you want it, that's the way you need it, any way you want it. Oh, she said any way you want it, that's the way you need it, any way you want it. I was alone, I never knew what good love could do. Well, then when you touch, then we say about love and things. Come on. All night, oh, every night. So hold tight, oh, baby, hold tight. She say any way you want it, that's the way you need it, any way you want it. Oh, she say any way you want it, that's the way you need it, any way you want it. Wow, wow.
Yeah.
High Bay Area.
Hot crowd. Yeah. Hot crowd. It's a live one. Let me make this official. For the last panel of 2017, Burlingame, Millbrae, and the surrounding counties. Say hello to Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles.
I'm not sure where we are now.
Does it really matter?
Thanks, Rick. Hi, guys. Any first
Such
timers?
a gorgeous crowd.
Is anybody a first time? Welcome. So far, so good? Good.
About that Jeffrey Dean Morgan, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
He's a charmer. You can see where we get it from.
Not a bad dad to have. Yeah, so as Richard touched on, this is our last of 2017, so welcome newbies, and good to see you again, longtime family members. I'm gonna try that again. Longtime family members. It's been a pretty big year. You know.
It has been a big year.
It has been a big year. Lucky 13. Some new. Yeah. I think a year ago today, we were here having just welcomed his little 2 newborns. And now they're 1 times 2. Now they're 2. Yeah, is that how that works out? Really cool to be back. I love the area. So, all right.
Just real quick before we get started, I do want to say, since this is our last con of 2017, a special thank you to Creation for doing what they do, and not just Adam and Gary and Steph, which yes, thank you, but to the volunteers, to the people in the merch room, to the folks that set all this stuff up, to the lighting, to all the electric people behind us and are taking care of the technical aspects of stuff that you guys don't necessarily see, but is vital to what we do. The band can attest to that. There's a lot of prep that goes into making these shows possible, and we're thankful for them. We're thankful for what they do on a weekly basis. So just a round of applause for those people. Now that's enough. That's all I'm gonna. That's as sappy as I'm gonna get today.
That's as gooey as he gets.
Yeah,
all right.
that's it. Let's get some questions.
Let's do
Hi.
it.
Hi, I love you guys. So my question is for Jensen.
What?
She said you guys. She included you in the love.
So since the news is, I love you both.
You said that already.
Yeah. Okay. So since the news is out that Daniil is going to be on the show. We're all really excited.
Sorry, who?
So I was just wondering, like, what the process of getting her on the show was, and if she had to like audition, and like how she decided to do it.
A lot of jokes going through my head right now.
There's a lot going to me.
There's a lot.
Luckily, I wasn't involved in the question, so I can't say my jokes.
I'm feeding off of all the jokes that are running through your head. I'll give it to you straight. This kind of was something that had been going on for many years. Bob Singer, our executive producer, always threw the idea out there. Hey, when's Daniil coming on the show? And Daniil always took the stance of, no, that's your baby, that's your thing, that's you do it. I'll support you and love you and you do your thing, which was great. And that's I love her for that. And then it was when we got picked up for season 13, she was like, it might be cool to be on the show. She said it in like passing, like I don't even think she really knew what she was getting herself into. And so when she said that, my ears perked up, and I immediately told Bob, I'm like, hey, listen, if you're still interested in having Daniil on the show, I think she actually might be up for it. And he's like, seriously? So he told his wife, Eugenie, who's one of our writers, a fantastic writer, and Eugenie jumped at the opportunity to create a character for her. So we knew that it was going to happen at some point this year, and it just so happens to be episode 1313.
Twins.
So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I just want to say I love you guys a lot. And my question is the same as the last one. It's just, what are both of your guys' reaction to Daniil coming on the show?
I mean, look, I think it's great. If anything, and by the way, I have to say that. But if anything, it gives me an opportunity to have my whole family up in Vancouver while I'm filming. So I get to be with everybody for a couple of weeks. So that's great. And I mean, I've worked with her before, so I know that she's. And I've always told her that she's incredible. I think she's incredibly talented, and so I'm excited to see what she does.
I can't wait. I've known Daniil. Haven't I known her longer than you've known her? Technically? Oh, shut up.
No.
You already met? I met her many years ago.
Yeah, we
knew
each other.
I've known her longer than I've known Jensen.
Yes, that is true.
So I know her as a friend. I know her as a mother. I know her as the wife to one of my best friends. I know it has Aunt Eel, as my sons call her, because they can't say Aunt Danielle as well as we adults can. I can't wait to work with her. I think it's really exciting. I think it's also, as a fan of the show, I'm excited for what it means. I'm excited for that little extra bit of, oh, this is going to be cool. Like, I know it's neat to have this backstory and this family where it's actually something that's we look forward to. Like, how neat will it be to see them interact on camera, and we've known them and we've loved them and supported them being Ackles and Danielle. I say Ackles, that's funny. I'll see Danielle every now and again and be like, hey, when is Ackles gonna go? And she's like, I'm an Ackles too. I'm like, oh yeah, right. When's Jensen? It just feels weird to say it. I can't wait. I'm really excited. I hope, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know that at some point in time, I'm gonna have to explain to my children why Uncle Jensen and Daddy killed Mommy. So I'm hoping that we also have to explain to his children why Uncle Jared and Aunt Mama killed Mom. So it'll be fun.
I think it was one of the first things you said was, all right, dude, but promise me this. You've got to hold her while I stab her in the gut.
Thank you.
All right, challenge accepted.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi there.
Howdy. I don't usually follow instructions people give me. I don't do what people tell me to do, but when Mark Shepard tells you to do something, you gotta do it.
Do the opposite.
Right? Right?
You do the opposite.
So this is for Jensen, and I don't know if anybody asked you in the gold panel, but for those of us who are poor and didn't go, he said to ask Jensen about the time he almost lost his eye in the fight scene in Kane's kitchen. And we all like to hear about blood and gore and stunts.
The time that I almost lost my eye?
That's what he said. He said you were fighting on the table there and you almost lost your eye.
Oh.
He said,
Yeah,
Tim.
yeah, no. I think he makes. I almost took someone's eye out.
oh, well, then he was mistaken.
He was slightly mistaken, but not far from mistaken, because the person whose eye I almost took out is my stunt double, Todd. So what had happened was, and if you look at if you watch the scene, Todd is he's the actual demon that I'm fighting with up until the very end, and I kill him at the very end. So the fact that I was actually fighting the guy who normally doubles me meant that I didn't have a double that day. So I had to do everything. So because I was fighting my double. And then at the very end, there's that moment where he's slammed onto to Kane's table there, and then I take the knife and drive it right through his neck. Luckily, the knife, yeah.
It was awesome.
Luckily, the knife that I had was they call it rubber knife, but it's like very hard plastic. And there was a lot of like fight choreography that we were going through during the fight just before the stab. The tip of the blade had gotten bent like that, so it was like this, and I didn't realize that. So when I went to stab, I was just going to go just to the left of his face, but the tip had bent this way, and so instead it caught him right under the eye and literally just opened him up.
Ooh.
Because even though it's not a steel knife, it's a very hard pointed rubber tip, and so it sliced him right open, and I of course was like mortified, and he just pops up and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you've got a massive cut on your eye," and he's like, "Oh, all right, are we going again?" And he's just like holding his face together. He's like, "We're going again? Can we go again?" "Yeah." "Todd, you're bleeding." That's not that bad."
Let it be said that you were on fire that episode because you also stabbed this guy
Yep.
You probably cut 2 people in the history of Supernatural, and it was both that episode. Remember you stabbed me right in the knee?
That's what happens when you give a guy 9 hours to shoot a fight scene. You're like, listen, we're not going to do anything but fights and stunts today, and it's going to be all you. You have no stunt double. Go.
Yeah, when
Don't hurt anybody.
after Dean and Kane fight, and he comes down with that giant, that's not a knife, this is a knife kind of knife.
Hey,
he's
to be
coming
fair,
down and-
that was not my fault.
I wasn't holding the knife.
No, but you decided to knee it.
I didn't knee it.
Look, it was like this. This would be the knife.
Yep. Okay. So I go.
And then this would be Jared.
As you're collapsing, no. So he's supposed to collapse, but and I do this. He was actually collapsing. I didn't.
I didn't go like this.
I didn't see the playback. The point is, Jensen's a large man, and you can't. I'm saying that
Rotund.
you can't,
Husky.
if he's gonna actually fall down, I wasn't gonna pick him up like this because that's really bad. So I had to kind of I had to set my feet, and in setting
And
my feet,
I felt it. Like I felt
yeah,
the
and we're
knife
rolling. It's
go
it's not
into
during
his
rehearsal.
leg.
So I kind of do this, and I feel like a ka-ching. I'm like, Use
And
it.
it's just in there. Like it's in there a good half inch.
Yeah.
And
And it's a real knife. This one.
oh
was
yeah,
not a rubber-
this was a
is
real steel blade.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm still.
And they haven't called cut yet, so he and I can tell he knows I know he knows I know, he knows I know, he knows I know.
I'm like,
Everybody knows everything.
Is he gonna stop the scene? Because I'm pretty sure
Yeah, and so
the
then
knife
it's
is in his leg.
and then it's
And he didn't. He was just like, I think I've been stabbed. But I'm not sure you knew exactly.
Yes, what?
Yeah. All right. Well, because you didn't stop, and I was like,
Dude, there's a dart in your neck.
I would-
That's.
too many darts.
I didn't stop because I was like, okay, it's the end of the scene anyways, and they call cut, and I'm basically holding him up. I can feel that the blade is in my leg, like right above my knee. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then they go cut, and immediately Ackles just goes, dude, you all right? I felt that. And I look down, and there's already blood spreading on my pants.
Already pluming on his jeans, yeah.
It had gone through my pants, through my skin. Luckily, my knee had stopped it.
Who needs a knee?
I think you call that your bone.
Patellas, better for things than just bending. They can also stop knives. But yeah, you were 2 for 2 that episode. And I will
That was not my fault.
That's your fault. I blame you. I'll say this. It's times like this that make me realize how awkward it must be for the doctor convention on the other side of the hotel to walk past these doors. We're all talking about stabbing each other in the neck and the face. So I got him in the face, and then I stabbed Jared in the leg. People are like, what are they talking about in there? They're crazy. Someone's going, woo, when you're like, yeah, I stabbed him in the neck. Thank you for your question.
Can I contradict you, however?
You can try.
I will. I'm a
then
teacher.
do it.
I'll do that. Okay, that was not the same episode. Just
Was it not?
Just
Oh,
saying.
good, it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
All right. Well,
But thank you for the extra story.
I would say this then. If it had happened twice in a week, Mercury could have been in retrograde. But 2 different episodes, this boy's got a problem. He's got a stabbing people problem. What was the other episode called? How many did Tim do?
Jensen stabs people.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you for your
Ciao.
answers.
Jared, Jensen,
Yes, sir.
thank
Hi.
you so much for what you guys do and the whole Supernatural crew. I was just wondering if you
Thank
ever
you.
heard of the legend of the Winchester Mystery House here in San Jose.
I've been, I have heard of it, and I went a few years ago, and I was like, this is cheesy. I went probably
Usually it's
season-
I have heard of it, I've been. Not I've been, and I have heard of it. Kind of buried the lead there.
You're still mad about the Jensen stabs people thing, aren't
I
you?
didn't stab you.
Genevieve and I, when Tom was still, it would have been 4 years ago, because Tom was still in one of those baby holder things. And so we go, and I'm like,
It's the international sign for baby holder things.
And I'm all like, well, baby, this is gonna be strange because I'm Sam Winchester. And she's like, it's gonna be fine. And so we go. It's like during a weekday, and it was crowded, but it wasn't like going on a weekend in summer or something.
Did you say to Jen, baby, this is gonna be strange because I'm Sam Winchester? And is that the only time you've said that?
It is not the only time I've said that, and yes, I did say that. And so we go, and we're part of this. We take it. We take the tour, and there are probably, 7, 8, 9 other people with us on the tour, and no one says a thing. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like they just don't know. It felt so cool, as if we were just another couple of people. We didn't get pointed out. And then the tour is an hour and a half long maybe, and you walk through here and you go through there. And at the very end of the tour guide's like, okay, does anybody else have any questions for me? And everybody's like, no, thank you so much. He goes, cool. Well, then I have a question for you and Jen, Jared. Can I take a picture with you? Because I'm a big fan. At which point everybody else was like, yeah, can we do it too? Like, this would be so cool. And I was like, of course. So somewhere there are pictures of us at the Winchester. But it was really neat because they let us kind of be just tourists before finally doing some pictures. But yeah, it's very neat. Have you?
Yeah, I've been there.
Have you heard of it?
I think it would be awesome if the brothers went and did a real
We should do an episode. We should do an episode there.
I think it's in the works, right?
Yeah, I'll fight for that. That'd be amazing. That'd be very cool. Yeah, hey, that'd be amazing. Thanks, brother. Thanks a bunch. Cheers.
Hello.
Hi.
First, I'd like to start off by saying thank you guys. My best friend Brandon's in the crowd, and you guys have done a lot to help him, whether you know it or not. And I owe you guys a lot for that. So thank you. And my question for you is, have you ever heard of Virginia City, Nevada?
Apparently we're the only ones that haven't. Virginia City, Nevada?
It is one of the most haunted places on the West Coast, and yet you guys have never done an episode there.
Okay, to contradict you, Nevada is not on the coast. And Jensen stabs people.
True and not true.
I have not heard of it. Is that where the hotel is? The
Lost Balloon?
The Blood Bug Saloon. Blood Bucket Saloon.
Blood Bucket Saloon?
That's a terrible name for a saloon. Hey, sweetie, what should we call our bar? Blood Bucket Saloon. Works for me. Get her done. Yeah. It is better than Blood Bug Saloon, but Blood Bucket is strange. I have not heard of it, but where is it in relation to Las Vegas?
We don't consider Las Vegas a part of Nevada, first of all.
Las Vegas is East Coast.
Las Vegas is its own state.
Fair enough.
No, I'm from northern Nevada, Reno. Reno, Lake Tahoe,
Reno,
the capital, Carson City. People forget about Carson City.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't. Don't. I love Carson City.
Every now and again, we play the Capital game on set to pass the time. And Jared is so excited because he thinks he knows Nevada. And it's Nevada. Reno. Nope.
It's pronounced Nevada.
Not in Texas, it's not. I don't know how you West Coasters pronounce things, but down where the salt of the earth.
Nevada.
Nevada? It's pronounced Nevada.
It's Nevada.
Thanks, Diane.
Karen. Thanks, Karen. No, we'll go check it out. I do have a desire to go.
We're not gonna go check it out.
I'm going to for sure.
When?
When the show's over.
Where is it?
Nevada. It's near Reno. Towards the Pacific Northwest coast of Nevada.
Well, now we're gonna have to look it up. Mission accomplished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, I love
There's a lot of sass coming from that side from the west coast of this room. It's like spit.
Hi, I love you guys both, and I was wondering if you have ever had a near-death experience, and if so, what was it?
When Jensen stabbed me in the leg. Almost bled out.
I mean, when you think about it, I was right
You
here.
need the knife.
When he jabbed the knife into me, had I bent down to tie my shoe instead, that was the nearest to death I've ever been. Still traumatized to this day.
All right.
You?
Hey, Jared. Did you see that water bottle hit my foot?
No, you kicked it.
Exactly.
My leg was stationary. It didn't move.
Yeah, once you stabbed yourself with the knife.
You cut the ligaments. I couldn't move it anymore. You severed it at the jump.
All right.
I flipped my car in Africa. I thought I was dead.
Oh, that's not good.
What? Everybody's laughing. I flipped my car, I almost died. What?
I did. Some have heard this story, but when I shot Flight of the Phoenix in 2003, I was on the way to set, and we were filming in the sand dunes of Namibia, and I took a corner too fast and on the sand in this car that was probably built in the 80s. And anyways, I sort of let the, like it wasn't like a four-wheel drive, like, oh, here's a truck to drive through. It was like, here's a little African Ford Focus. Nothing wrong with Ford. If some of you are Ford people. Anyways, it turned and I rolled. And when I rolled, I had my flip-flops on, which is probably a mistake. And so you kind of brace, and the car did a loop-de-loop and hit soft sand, then hard sand, and a berm, and I did a complete roll. And I get there, and I'm like, and I'm fine. And I'm like, I've seen a lot of movies. I'm like, the car's gonna explode. I have to get out of here. And so, I did full on, like,
Full slow-mo?
7 steps, dive, land in
and
the
then
sand.
nothing happens.
Yeah. Honestly, and nothing happened. And so I'm now, 60 feet away, hiding behind a tree, so the exploding.
Anytime now.
So the exploding shrapnel doesn't hit me. And we were filming, it was supposed to look like a plane crash in the middle of nowhere. So we were filming in the middle of nowhere in the dunes. We were not near anything, no city lights, no traffic, like there were no other cars traveling around this private property, I guess. And the car didn't explode. And I was like, okay, I should probably get my cell phone. And they had a production phone they give to all the actors. And I was like, I should let them know that I'm gonna be late today. So I go back to the car. No, I go back to the car, and I'm looking. By the way, the only injury I could tell that I had was at a cut on the top of my foot from where I had braced. It had hit the bottom of the accelerator pedal, and so my foot's bleeding a little bit. But I'm like, I just flipped a car, and I'm fine. So I go to the car, and I'm like, I'm gonna let production know that I am gonna be late because I rolled a car, and I can't find the phone. And I'm like, wait a second. And I kind of look around. I take a moment. I'm like, I can't hear. There are no sounds. There are no birds. I'm like, I can't find my phone. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dead. I don't need a phone because I'm dead. So the planet took my phone away, my earthly phone, because I don't need it. Of course there are no birds. And so I'm like, that's why the car didn't explode. I'm already dead. And so I just sort of like, I sit on the sand next to the car, kind of bummed, right? And what was the book where the girl sees herself and she's dead and she's able to look? Yes, so that's me. I'm like, okay, maybe I got flung from the car. So I look around a little bit, looking for my earthly dead body. Because I'm now spirit Jared, you know? I probably tried flying to see if I could do that yet. That happens longer after you die. You can't fly immediately. It takes a couple months, I think. And so, no flying, man. I guess in hindsight, I wasn't dead, so maybe you can fly immediately. Just saying. And so I'm walking around, like, I don't have a phone. I wonder, like, I'm looking to see where my body went. And then here comes this car, and I'm like, oh, must be nice to be a human alive driving a car. And it's my producer, Wick Godfrey's assistant. And he pulls over, I think his name is Eric. And he pulls over, and he's like, hey, man, you all right? You can see me? Yeah. You all right? Are you dead too? He wasn't dead either, as a matter of fact. Long story short, and then we flew away. Yeah, long story short, he was not dead. I was not dead. My car was a write-off because my car was dead. It landed on a big rock. Because when I saw the car, I was like, that doesn't look too bad. This might not be too expensive.
Did you see the car flying away?
I did.
So there is a car heaven.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all cars go to heaven. Yeah, but I didn't die. So that's the moral of the story. I didn't die.
Thank you.